And Stormy joked and said, well, if you ever want a roommate and want to live together, let's do it.
Yeah.
I said, okay.
Like, our first conversation together ever, I'm so for it. I'm like, well, if you want to live together, just let me know. It's like, who does that? Who just looks,
I'm Sterling.
I'm Harrison.
And this is Hard on the Paint by Big Country Equipment. So today we have Stormy George with us.
Hi.
With Capital Asset Resources, and her friend and colleague, Amy Anderson.
Hello.
How are y'all doing today?
We're amazing. Thanks
Good.
for having us. We're excited.
Blessed.
I'll go first and introduce myself, Stormy George. I'm born and raised in Lubbock. I live in Fort Worth now. Our headquarters is out of South Lake, Texas. We also have a Lubbock presence, a Lubbock office. But yeah, born and raised in Lubbock, grew up in the middle of a cotton field, and went to Tech. That's how I met Sterling, and got into this business from my father. He was a part of the start of the company 13 years ago, and so I was kind of born and raised up in the company. I've known everyone for 13 years, I guess. So it was kind of spoken to existence that maybe I would be doing this one day, and it was the Lord's plan, so here I am now. But yeah, I started learning from my dad back in 2020. That's when I graduated college, right in the middle of COVID, and it was just a really strange time, as obviously anyone would say. And I started learning from my dad, and even though we had always kind of joked around that I would be doing this and doing what he did and following in his footsteps, I really had no clue what he did and what it entailed, but he's my best friend and my favorite person in the world. So it's like, if he's doing it and if he loves it, I bet I would too. So I started learning from him back in 2020, and he's guided me, and I decided to spread my wings and kind of travel out to the DFW area and learn from everyone in our South Lake office, where our headquarters is. And it was the hardest transition I'd ever done, was to leave my dad and leave Lubbock. My grandfather cotton ginned his whole life, so I kind of come from a little bit of an agriculture background, and my dad was in the car world, being in car dealerships, so I kind of was also raised in a car dealership. So it's kind of funny, because now with what we do, I'm intertwined in both aspects of it all. Amy could probably take it.
So from Amarillo, went to West Texas A&M, small school outside Amarillo in Canyon, Texas. Was there for all 4 years, and after graduation, wanted to get out of Amarillo like everybody does, so I moved to Lubbock, just up the street. Graduated, started a job in the car business. Was doing more on the digital marketing side, and working kind of with different dealerships and different, helping them with their internet, marketing, doing photos, and we would kind of syndicate them to the website. So we kind of did a lot of management on that side as far as the car business is concerned. Kind of helped me get my foot into the professional world and meeting different general managers of car dealerships. It's kind of your first job out of college, so you're just learning how to be an adult, I guess.
Which isn't fun at all.
Not fun at all. Yeah, I quickly realized. And then you're in Lubbock and you're just meeting a new people and stuff, which is how I kind of met Stormy. She also had worked at the same company. It's kind of weird how life works. It was like her last week was my first day coming in, so we had just crossed paths. And when you get your desktop and everything, it's like Apple stuff. So your mouse is named Stormy George, my keyboard is named Stormy George, and my desktop is named Stormy George. I'm like, who is this girl? But I have all her equipment, never met her. And she had worked there before, so it's just funny how, small circle, how God works and everything. And she had come back in. She had come back in to say hi to her old colleagues and friends, and we found out that we actually lived at the same apartment complex as well, and we were kind of bonding about how much we hated living there. Right. And Stormy joked and said, well, if you ever want a roommate and want to live together, let's do it.
Yeah.
I said, okay.
Like, our first conversation together ever, I'm so for it. I'm like, well, if you want to live together, just let me know. It's like, who does that? Who just looks, but oh my gosh, it's been such a blessing.
So it's not far-fetched to say y'all are just besties.
We
Yeah.
are just best
We-
friends.
Instantly were, inseparable, conjoined at the hip. We did everything together, including me going with Stormy as her +1 to all of her Capital Asset Resources activities, their Christmas party, their, Rangers opening game. Their company would get together. They would do a company anniversary party. So
She's been the best +1 I've ever had, honestly. I don't know how anyone's ever going to match it.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
you ended up being a recruiter and a salesman
I
all at
mean,
the same time.
I bring a lot to the table. I'm just going to put it that way.
Saleswoman, yeah.
Saleswoman.
Saleswoman.
I've always